Good evening, Carolina. Buzzing tonight.
Tony-winning musical Hamilton is coming to Columbia this month.
What you can expect from this year's Lunar New Year celebrations.
What retired basketball player Shaq is doing in Columbia next month.
And a review of this year's Super Bowl halftime performance.
This and our opinions on these topics are coming up. Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm Kennedy Fleming.
And I'm Emma Connelly. The Koger Center is known for bringing in arts performances of all types, and this spring is no exception. One of Broadway's most iconic musicals will be on tour at the Koger Center from February 27th until March 10th. Hamilton, originally written and directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, tells the story of Alexander Hamilton and the Founding Fathers. Tickets are on sale, but close to being sold out. If you can't make it out to see Hamilton, many other shows will be hitting the stage this spring, including Shrek, Mean Girls, and On Your Feet, the story of Emilio and Gloria Estefan. For more information on Hamilton or other Broadway shows visiting the Soda City, visit KogerCenterForTheArts.com. Have you seen Hamilton before?
I have seen Hamilton on the Disney Channel and then slime tutorials on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I love those Hamilton slime tutorials so much. Yes. I watched them before it came out on Disney Plus, and then after it came out on Disney Plus, of course watched it, and then 2 summers ago I got to see it when it came to Charlotte. It was so good. I had the best time seeing it.
That sounds so fun. I remember I went through as a theater kid, I went through a whole Hamilton phase because we were performing it for my show one time.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so mad that it wasn't in Atlanta, but I feel like
maybe
this time.
Maybe you should see it while it's here.
I know, I'm hoping for it. I'm gonna ask my parents, be like, hey, can I get these tickets?
Yeah, you gotta do that. Do you have a favorite Broadway show other than Hamilton, or is it your favorite?
My favorite Broadway show is a musical called Six. You know what that is?
Yes, Six.
Yes.
The Six Wives of Henry VIII.
Yes. I love that show so much.
It's so good.
Because of just the songs and the energy. And I remember it was coming to Atlanta in 2020, I think. But obviously COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was it for me.
Yeah, my favorite is actually Come From Away, which is kind of, I'm not going to say underground, but kind of underground. I love Come From Away so much. It's about this town in Canada that took in a bunch of the planes that got diverted because of 9/11. And it's the best musical. It has the best music. It's so inspiring.
Oh, that's really nice. I've never heard of that musical, but I would definitely check out the songs of
It's
tour.
so good.
That's good.
We'll be right back after this short break with some more entertainment news.
Happy Lunar New Year's for those who celebrate. Lunar New Year's is a Chinese celebration that represents the beginning of the new year based on the lunar calendar. Each year is assigned one animal of 12 from the Chinese zodiac system. This year is called the Year of the Dragon, meaning those born in 2000, 2012, and 2024 are said to be visionary leaders with a strong sense of self-determined and more. And don't worry, there are plenty ways to celebrate here in Columbia. This Saturday marked the beginning of the New Year's, with a local celebration happening for the first time at Richland Library Northeast. Families got together during the afternoon for festivities including crafts, games, and a lion dance from a local martial arts school, Thundering Waves Martial Arts. Jenny Lau, who planned the event, said, quote, "It's one of the biggest holidays. Everyone gets together, they wear new clothes, they try to start the new year off right, and the kind of appreciation hanging out with friends and family." Jenny Lau said the reason she planned the event was because she grew up in the Richland community and did not see herself reflected in the events. She was very excited to have the opportunity to make everyone feel seen and to learn about other cultures. There are more Lunar New Year celebrations this week on campus. So, did you know anything about the Chinese New Year before this?
Honestly, not really. All I knew was from Ivy Ling, who was American Girl Julie's best friend, and she was Chinese and had the New Year dress and everything. That's all I knew, but I loved her. I thought she was so cute.
Ooh, that's nice. The most I knew about the Chinese New Year was honestly just from like TikTok because I saw a bunch of these little red envelopes that they give out to little kids during
I've
Chinese
seen
New
those
Year's.
before, yeah.
Yes, and that was how I really got to know that. So what's your favorite animal? Because this is based off the zodiac.
Okay, so my favorite animal is a turtle, but I found out today we have a sheet with all the Chinese New Year like signs, and apparently I'm the monkey. So the monkey has different things that it can be. So it says it can be funny, lively, and social, which I like to think that I'm those things. But then the bad things about the monkey are that it's devilish, phony, or thoughtless. And I really don't think that I'm any of those things. What do you think about your Chinese zodiac?
So my Chinese zodiac is the rooster, and it says I'm brave, kind-hearted, entertaining, and the negatives are pushy, elitist, and insecure. I personally don't think I'm any of those negatives, but you know, I mean, hey.
I feel like we always choose to like not see the negatives in ourselves.
Right.
So maybe this could teach us to look at that.
Exactly.
What's your like regular zodiac sign?
My regular zodiac sign is the Gemini.
I'm a Capricorn. I wonder what like the relations between Gemini and Capricorn are.
I know.
Maybe we should research that and get back to you guys on the relations between Gemini and Capricorn.
Yes, I agree with that.
So hopping on to some sports entertainment news, star athlete Shaquille O'Neal is known to be a former professional basketball player and a sports analyst. But did you know that he's also a DJ? Shaq began his career as an athlete and personality in 1992 as a draft pick for the Orlando Magic. After that, he played basketball for various teams before ending his career with the Boston Celtics in 2011. His time in the limelight did not end after his time on the court, as he's been a prominent public figure for decades. Fans may have seen Shaq on TV shows and in food advertising, but in addition to his star power on the screen, he's a star behind the stand. Shaq began a career as an EDM, electronic dance music DJ. His alter ego behind the turntable is DJ Diesel, and his intro into the world of being a DJ was about 10 years ago at the Tomorrow World Festival. He will be bringing his talents to the Palmetto State in March with a performance on the 30th at the Hidden City Music Festival in KC. The festival will last one day, and tickets range from $60 to $100. So have you ever even listened to EDM music before?
I would say more like in the backgrounds of songs, but never just like searching up like, oh, let me find some EDM
Yeah,
music.
I don't think I've ever done that either, but I'm sure when I like have gone to like parties or whatever, like they probably play EDM music and I just don't realize that it's EDM music. But I was shocked that Shaq became a DJ. Like that's just so funny to me.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that I feel like has multiple side quests.
Oh, for sure. This is
like
just
Snoop
one of his
Dogg.
side quests. Yeah.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg and his cooking side
Yes,
quest.
like that's
Shaq
so
and
random.
his DJ one. Yeah.
But I think that's really cool, and hopefully I can like get a ticket.
I know, that's what I was
saying.
saying. I kind of want to go. Maybe we can cover it.
Yup. And get in there.
Live
But,
event
yeah.
coverage. If you see this, Shaq, DJ Diesel, we want to come and
Yes.
cover you DJing.
Please, 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 please.
But no, I love Shaq. And have you tried the Shaq-a-roni pizza?
I have never tried the Shaq-a-roni pizza, but from the way that you had described it earlier, I think it'd be pretty good.
It's so good. It's just a giant pizza with tons of pepperoni. So if you like pepperoni, and it's the kind of pepperoni that like gets crispy when they cook it.
Ooh.
So it's like the really good
I like
pepperoni.
that with the crunch and the
Yes,
Yep,
always the best.
Yes.
Don't leave just yet. We'll be back with some national entertainment news right after this.
The Super Bowl was this weekend, and boy, was it an interesting one, with Usher's halftime performance and not one, but 4 Temu ads. This year's Super Bowl teams consisted of the 49ers and the Chiefs, and ended with 25-22 victory for the Chiefs. Now, for those of you who had no interest in the actual game, on to the main event. Usher's halftime performance, or also known as, to some as Usher Bowl, had some mixed reaction. Usher, an 8-time Grammys winner, showed up and showed out, performing some of his greatest hits like Let It Burn, You Don't Have to Call, Yeah, and many more. Usher also brought out all the stops, from roller skating, a marching band, and star-studded special guests, such as her, Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri, Lil Jon, and lastly, Ludacris. He ended the performance off with shouting out Atlanta, which is where he began his career. People had lots to say, with rumors of Justin Bieber's surprise performance of his song Somebody to Love featuring Usher. Many were disappointed when he did not come on. Others are calling out Alicia Keys due to her voice crack at the beginning of her hit song If I Ain't Got You. Despite some backlash, Usher's performance is memorable and will be talked about for years to come. So how do you feel about the Super Bowl?
I personally love football, so I'm going to watch the Super Bowl no matter who's playing in it. And okay, I will say, I pulled for the Chiefs just purely because I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so you can come at me for that if you want to. But after seeing how sad the 49ers were after that, and like knowing about like Purdy being like Mr. Irrelevant, like it made me really sad because the Chiefs have won so many times. Like maybe it was the time for the 49ers to win. Like I actually felt bad for them after because they worked so hard. They tried really hard.
Oh yeah. Well,
you can tell I'm an empath.
Yes, I was gonna say you really like it. For this one, I would say I'm not like a big football fan, so I didn't really watch it. I watched the halftime show, but what I can say is when I went online, I saw like the 49ers so sad. I was like, dang,
yeah,
like,
no,
this
like
is just so sad.
Yeah.
And then with the confetti falling on their face.
I can't even think about it. It makes me so sad. But I thought the halftime show was pretty good. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even recognize the special guests. I'm fully one of those people that thought that he brought out CeeLo Green and Kanye and Northwest. Like, that's who I thought all those people were. I did not realize it was all those other guests. And maybe I recognized Ludacris. I will say, I did recognize Ludacris because Yeah is my mom's favorite song. Like, Mom, if you're watching, she listens to Yeah by Usher and Ludacris all the time. So, shout out.
That's actually kind of crazy. Like, I thought the performance was super, super great because, like, you know, it's just my generation. Like, it's the best thing ever.
And I mean, you're from Atlanta, so I feel like that's like all like Atlanta artists. So you would like totally recognize that, but that's just not like what I listen to. Yeah. But I thought it was a fun performance. I love a marching band, so I loved the band, and the roller skating was so fun because it was the only thing to do in my hometown was roller skate. So I love roller skating. I admit them. It's hard. So apparently Usher is like a roller skater.
Oh yeah.
Like he like goes roller skating for fun.
Oh yeah.
It's like his secret talent.
He has a Las Vegas residency, like he's been doing for 3 years, and he literally skates every single night. Like you have to see this stage.
Stop, that's so fun. I know like the person that choreographed his Las Vegas residency is coming to Charlotte to teach a dance class, but I can't go. I really wanted to go take it because I thought that was so cool.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to let me know after that because
I'll send you the info.
Yes, but for the celebrities that he brought out, a lot of people were talking about Jermaine Dupri looking like, what was the word for it? Somebody said he looked like Dr. Evil when he came out there with the socks and stuff like that. But I can also see how people would be confused with CeeLo Green.
I thought it was CeeLo Green. I really did.
Yeah, like with the bald head and just the glasses.
My mom texted me and said, "Who is that?" No, and I was like, "Oh, I think it's CeeLo Green." But it wasn't.
Well, at least you got the little wake-up call after.
I did get my wake-up call.
Yeah. But I say...
But I think her is really talented.
Yes.
She's really iconic.
I was a little shocked that she came out, though, but I'm really glad she did. People were saying she looked like rock angels.
People hated on Alicia Keys' one crack voice, but she's so iconic. And she was playing the piano. You do not even know how hard it is to play the piano and sing at the same time. Yeah. I am not hating on her.
I think it was a funny little
What did you think about Usher grabbing all on her?
Usher does that every single time. That is a part of his character. Like,
it's the choreography.
Yes, like he did the same thing with Keke Palmer. Her little boyfriend was angry and mad, as some of y'all know, but he just does that. Like Alicia Keys, I mean, it wasn't.
I'm sure she knew like it was gonna happen. It's not like he just randomly came up and grabbed her.
Yeah, have you ever seen that video of when Usher was banging his head into Nicki Minaj's butt?
No.
Yeah, that's all I can say about that one. But yeah,
we could get into Nicki Minaj. Like that could be a whole other topic.
That's a whole other section. But
Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion next week.
Tune in for that, guys.
We like have teased all our made up stories for next week.
Hopefully you guys are ready for those.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for tonight's episode of The Buzz.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Emma Connelly.
And I'm Kennede Fleming. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to thee.